I will show you my tried and true way of landing your first paid project with zero prior experience, sharing how I did it when I first got started and what I would do differently now that I know what I do. I graduated during the aftermath of the 2008 recession, and let me tell you, it was not easy to land a job. I was a marketing major and I wanted to work in the water industry because that felt like a very meaningful place to be. After weeks of applying to jobs, I even found myself getting desperate enough that I applied for a pita pit marketing job. And mind you, I don't even eat wheat. That was my rock bottom moment. So I decided to look for a different path. I needed a strategy that didn't involve just blindly shooting out resumes. And that is when I stumbled across Charlie Hohen's Recession-Proof Graduate Guide. The core idea was simple but quite brilliant. You're going to have informational interviews where you identify if they have a problem that needs solving, and if so, you offer to help them for free. I understood the value of helping without entitled expectations of a fat salary, but free doesn't pay the bills. I put my own spin on it. I would solve the problem for a project-based fee. And this led to helping an engineering firm write 3 very small transportation grants. I had no idea what to charge, so when the engineer apologized and said all he could do was pay me $50 an hour as a new college kid, I was like, okay, I won the freaking lottery. I jumped right in. I loved this work. I was operating between the technical engineers, the community themselves, and the funder, and I found that very fulfilling. That small amount of freelance experience led to getting a full-time job offer as a grant writer in this firm. And actually, I also got a job offer with the engineering firm next door once they heard what I was doing. Over the years, I've perfected what landed me that first grant writing opportunity and countless other paid gigs into what I now call the organic networking framework. And today, I'm going to teach you how you too can use this exact playbook to land paid work without prior experience. What makes it such an effective way to get paid is that almost no one does it. People hide behind their computer, they spray and pray with their resume, hoping it'll land an interview, and it's soul-sucking. This method is about creating opportunities where they might not even have existed before. And following this method, I've shown others just like you how to get paid as a grant writer, and they've made over $6 million in revenue in the process. Here's how the Grant Writing Collective method works to help you land paid work, even if you have zero experience. Number 1, we find a real organization you care about. So the first step is we actually contact people, and we want to contact organizations that resonate with you. Ideally, we're looking for organizations with an annual budget of $500K or more, and they have paid staff. You gotta stay away from the broke startup nonprofits that can't afford to hire you. Reach out to these organizations and have a 30-minute curious conversation. I'll provide you with the detailed script on how to uncover if they have a need. They need help finding grants and applying for them. This is actually a technical skill developed, the art of the curious conversation, and it is the difference between those who get paid work and those who don't. Number 2 is offering a funding strategy. This is not a full grant. Here's where you're going to stand out. Instead of offering to write a full grant application right away, which might overwhelm you and the organization, you're going to offer a funding strategy. Think of this as like an appetizer to the full grant. You're breaking down, okay, what are the best funding opportunities for them to pursue over the next 12, 18 months, and you're presenting them with this roadmap showing, okay, these are the ones you have the highest likelihood of success and return on your investment, so you can write less grants and win more. You're going to charge $2,000 to $4,000 per funding strategy. It's going to take you about 6 weeks to deliver on this, and what's cool is that this strategy is very actionable and it's manageable for you and this organization. You're building trust, and it's just a wonderful foot in the door deliverable. I use Instrumental. It's an amazing grant prospecting tool, helps you put this strategy together really quickly, and we even have a funding strategist certificate because that guarantees you'll be fully equipped to deliver real value. Number 3 is overcoming the fear of what to charge. You're charging what you're worth and crafting your contract well. One of the biggest pain points I see beginners struggle with, they just have no idea how to price and deal with contracts. You don't know what things are worth. A lot of putting together your first contract can be downright scary, right? But here's the thing. If you don't charge enough, not only are you doing yourself a disservice, but you're also undervaluing this entire grant writing profession. Grant writing is a skilled and technical profession, and when you don't charge enough, you're going to risk burning out, underselling yourself, and you're not going to make enough to actually ever leave your 9-to-5 and pursue grant writing full time. This is where we come in. We are your hype squad. We're going to make sure you charge what you're worth and help avoid common mistakes, like charging too little for the amount of work involved, not having a clear contract that protects both you and your client and just sets out expectations, not charging enough so you can actually scale your business and leave your 9-to-5, etc. That brings us to tip 4. Don't just DIY it. Tap into the power of community to get paid. Here's the thing. I know a lot of people watch my free content on YouTube and think, cool, I got this. I'm a DIYer myself. I get it. I like to figure things out on my own as well. But I'm telling you, there is a huge difference between watching a video and actually getting paid. The truth is, it's in those details that separate those who are getting paid and really building a life they love from those who don't. You can piece together the basics on your own, but without a clear strategy, the right tools and support system, you're probably going to be stagnant. And I'm going to be straight with you. I will confidently make you 10x more than you will on your own. And when you follow my proven method with all the templates, scripts, and community support, you're gonna land paid gigs faster at a higher rate than trying to DIY it. My minimum goal for you is to make $15,000 to decide if you even like grant writing. And from there, I'll support you to go to 50K, 100K, 250K, and eventually 500K in annual revenue if you want to go the freelance consulting route. Now, I know that must sound like mind-blowing right now, but when you're in a peer group of people that are being scared, they're scared too, but they're doing it anyway, it's going to give you that extra motivation to make the transformation. Number 5 is delivering the funding strategy in transition to a retainer with the cake pricing method. After you've delivered your funding strategy, you've done the heavy lifting. You have built trust, you prove your value, but this is really where the process takes off. This is where you're transitioning into a retainer agreement for ongoing implementation. Here's where I teach you 2 strategies that are 100% unique to our program: the Easy Yes offer and the cake pricing method. Easy Yes offer is about building a standard product offering that delivers clear value, and it's preventing you from making the mistake of building these like highly customized hot rods for each client. The cake pricing method allows you to charge a retainer fee, that's the cake, for ongoing work, plus a 20% contingency budget to account for any delays or unexpected scope changes. That's the frosting. How much longer can I look at this cake without eating it? How much longer? It's passion fruit. Instead of charging by the hour, you're going to be charging a monthly retainer that provides that consistent income for you and a predictable budget for your client. For context, you only need 4 clients at $5K each per month to pay yourself a salary of $125,000 and put $30K away into retirement as a business expense. So I hope you're starting to see that there is a clear roadmap to get into this career and build a life you love. I wanted to grab you a few success stories to illustrate this point, but this is literally the backbone of how I get everybody success. It feels almost pointless to grab you 1 to 2 examples when there's thousands. I do have 2 bits of advice on where you can focus your energy if you want to answer this question of, if I see this works for others, will it work for me? Check out the Unicorn Spotlight interviews. We drop generally 1 a week. They're here on our YouTube channel. You are sure to find someone that you can relate to. Next, go to the specific training I just released, which I'll link up next, specifically focused on how you can get into grant writing without prior experience too, and make that $15,000 deciding if you like grant writing. All right, enjoy the next resource, and I'll see you in the next video.